I'm tired of your ugly ass friends dissing me when you catch me cheating. How you gonna be ugly and a bitch? They need to pick a struggle. Hey, my name's Aaron, and I'm literally not a manipulative boyfriend. My girlfriend just has a weak mindset. Listen, Jenna, after I cheated on you, you switched up. This relationship ain't the same no more. People ask me why I cheat on my girlfriend if she makes me happy. If you think one girl makes me happy, how happy do you think 4 girls will make me? It's simple fucking math.
You need to apologize to Jenna.
Hell no. She said we were forever. And then she broke up with me because I cheated on her? I don't apologize to fucking liars. I'm so fucking tired of her fat friends trying to argue with me. I'm not gonna argue with someone I can outrun. I can leave the situation whenever I please.
But I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real. And you can sit on this plane and you can fucking die with them or not. I'm not.
Everywhere you go, you're an anomaly. You're the original anomaly. And all this time, I have been the only one holding it all together.
Miguel, go easy on him.
You don't belong here. You never did. Has no idea what he's doing!
And I'm about to do this. Everyone keeps telling me how my story is supposed to go. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
War isn't a game, girl.
That's funny. Soldier 76 said the same thing.
You spend your second chance at life walking a lonely road.
No one cares, monk.
Someone always cares. You must simply seek them out.
I shouldn't be surprised you took his side.
You never gave me much choice. Wanna know what Martina's been up to?
Not interested.
That's not what my tracker says.
Are you ever tempted to contact your wife?
No.
Afraid she would try to kill you?
I'd be surprised if she didn't.
Your body seems to be adapting well to the changes, Gabriel.
This is what you call well.
Welcome, my friends. My name is Antoine Phoenix, and this is my RP experience. Peace and love to all my brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing, commenting. I'm just happy that you are here. Today's video is going to be something I haven't touched on in a while, but I'm also going to address the elephant in the room. That a lot of women will say that all men cheat. And I believe on some level, almost all women believe this. Now, truthfully, to compare, if women are going to judge men on a certain microscope of the actions that men can do, not just sexual, but other things that he can do that will say that a man is cheating, then at the same time, if a man was to put a woman under a microscope with the things that she is doing, would it be considered cheating? Basically, I'm saying if a man does certain things that a woman is also doing, will she consider it cheating? Now, being in relationships that I've seen the double standard. I've been in a relationship, and I don't know why. I guess because I loved her, and also she was fine as hell when she was younger. But she had lots of guy friends. And some of them I did kind of like. They were cool. Some of them I did not care for that much. But anytime I was talking to a woman, or me and a woman was talking about art or comics or anything, things that I was interested in that she was not interested in as much, she would blow a gasket or be like, I don't like her, unfriend her, stop talking to her, or just blow it up because maybe a flirtatious, which I didn't look at it as being flirtatious, but thinking back, if it was reversed, I guess I would consider it flirting in a way. But I do think it's kind of hard to not exactly flirt over text, but if you're not getting too sexual, anything can be read into it, and sometimes people can just be joking around. Because two men can be joking around. Does that mean that they are flirting with each other? Now, if it gets sexual, kind of like a P. Diddy situation, I guess maybe it can be. I have a video and yet an article thing. Now, first I'm going to let this woman speak, because she does make some valid points in here. But to be honest, every woman, if I'm going by what this woman is saying, then every woman that I have ever dated, she has cheated on me also. And I guess I've cheated on her. So we've cheated on each other, if I'm going to go by the thing. But I do think women have this double standard thing. Not all women, but a lot of women have this double standard thing of the things that they do. They don't consider it cheating because they're doing it. But if somebody else is doing it, well, if their lover, their spouse, their partner, whatever you want to call it, is doing it, then it's an issue.
All men cheat.
Oh. Wow.
All of them. The good ones, the nice ones, the ones that do everything for you, the ones that provide for you, the bums, the ones that ain't got no money, all of them. All of them, even the ones that genuinely love you, will do it to you. I promise you.
Wow. Okay, so here we have a woman in her car just cussing men out. Cussing men. Now look at the first video of the woman who was shocked.
Girls, the guys.
That men were happy and giddy and talking about the lovely new woman. Because she was shocked that men could actually be like that. And this woman's the same, isn't she? She believes there are no good, decent men out there. Because all men are hoes. All men are garden tools. Yeah? She doesn't believe loyal, faithful men exist. Well, maybe they don't exist because there aren't women to be loyal and faithful to, but that's not the point. That's not the point. But she's so consumed and entitled that she can't fathom that men wouldn't cheat, that there aren't decent men out there that, wouldn't be, I've got my woman at home. Yeah, she's not great, but I'm not going to cheat on her anyway. She's my woman for now anyway. Ours. Just my turn, but she's my turn, and I'm going to love her for now. She doesn't believe that, does she? No, because we're all garden tools to her, aren't we? Some men would say, like a mirror. It's a mirror effect.
Okay, listen. There's going to come a time in your relationship where an opportunity is going to present itself for them to cheat. Okay. And if they feel like you're not gonna find out, they gonna do it to you. Okay. I promise.
She's talking from experience, so she's been there before.
Whether that's texting, whether that's flirting, whether that's catcalling on the street, you know they love to do that. Whether that's hitting up on Instagram, that's another one they love to do. Whether it's physically, they're gonna do it to you every time.
Wow. Emotionally and spiritually as well. Can't forget about those two, because a woman could be angry at you for spiritually cheating on her. Spiritually cheating on her. I didn't cheat on you. In spirit, you did. In spirit, I could feel your spirit fucking her. Really? What does that even mean? But my spirit, was my spirit killing it? Was my spirit going ham? Yeah, all right, whatever.
Every time. Okay? As soon as y'all accept that, y'all will stop being so emotionally invested in these men. Y'all will stop being so attached to these men. And y'all will become a little more ruthless.
Like women. Maybe, like women. Like she wants women to become heartless and ruthless. Like she assumes men are.
Girls, the guys.
Imagine if a lot of men were like, the dudes in the first video that were, being eavesdropped on by that woman. Imagine if a lot of dudes were actually, decent men that were looking for a decent woman. Then you have women out here like this, trying to turn women to Sith. Yeah? Turn them evil. Turn them evil for what? Just because she got, she had her heart broken. A dude broke her heart. Or a few dudes, probably a dozen, broke her heart. Yeah? Cheated on her. Ma'am, they cheated on you. What's going on there? I'm just saying, we don't know, but I mean, probably something you did wrong or you're not doing.
She'll even love you more if you ruthless.
Wow.
But they all gonna do it to you. They all cheat, every single last one of them. Like I said, whether that's emotional or physically.
Spiritually.
They all do it to you, even the good ones. Okay? So always keep that in the back of your head. And for the bitches who's gonna be like, nah, my man, we've been together for 20 years and I ain't never caught him in no bullshit like that. Would you bet your life on it?
She probably would, but how dare you put a woman's life on the line by asking to risk it based on if a man's cheated or not? That's sort of ridiculous. Really? You're not a girly pop for your girly pops? Really? Come on. Not saying she's risking her life. But I mean, wow. There's no need for that.
Would you bet your life on it? Would you bet your kid's life on it?
Let's not do that. Come on.
I know you wouldn't. Don't lie.
Wow.
Okay, as we see, and this was taken off of Repclin Fish video, but I didn't want to cover his whole video because he was talking about something else. But this woman did spark a thing in me because I was thinking like, I should do a video about men cheating. And don't forget, my saying to this, I actually should get t-shirts. You know what? I shouldn't say anything because otherwise people will do this. But my saying is that women cheat as much as men. They are just better at it. Not all women and not all men cheat. But because women have more flexibility to say like, oh, that's a friend or that's a play brother or we are just close like that, they can get away with a lot of stuff. Meanwhile, if the man's doing it, unless if the man establishes, the men that I know that are able to do the thing that I've seen attractive women or halfway decent women do, the men that have been able to do that have usually been celebrity men. And that is why my next article, well, not article, but is this post on Facebook that I found to be very interesting. I actually did respond in the post, but I'm probably not going to explore that right there. But let me show you what I mean. All right. Now, this is the article right here. And I saw it on Facebook. And I often hear guys like Andrew Tate. And look, bear in mind, I do not follow that man on any social media platform. I just believe that he is right about certain things that he say, but not the things where he's putting down women or saying that you can cheat and all that other stuff. But as I will often see, just because he's entertaining, confident, has money, even an ex of mine, which I'm surprised she's usually calling men out for cheating and the things that they do, she actually likes this guy. But when I think about it, I think it's more of a thing that it reminds her of her family life and her relationship to her dad. And I think that she behaves better with a man that exudes this type of energy. She'll get frustrated after a while, but she won't take advantage of him because he won't put up with no bullshit. But anyway, this is not about Andrew Tate. This is about Chris Brown. Now, I do not know if he wrote this particular post, but the guy who posted this, let's see who this is. Once again, this is Facebook. Okay, VZ Bivens versus CEO, Real Life Records, of course, the music industry. Is all musician people bad? No, but I do think the majority of them is because of the money, the fame, the ego, a bunch of other stuff. Study at Wiregrass, Georgia Technical College. Okay. Now, getting down to what was written. Once again, I do not know if Chris Brown exactly said this right here, or if this man just said it. But because of how Chris Brown has moved in his life, especially when he made that song Loyal. And that song Loyal, I remember seeing the video, and actually it is a catchy song. I do like the song. But in there, I think he said things that a lot of musicians experience and go through. That they have women that are engaged, married, still coming on to them. And most of these men, because not a lot of them have that sense of honor like that. That is the really old-fashioned-ville. They will smash your girl if she's throwing it at them. Now, not to say in some cases, I also think these guys get ego pretty much like P. Diddy. He can't take no. So I do think while a lot of women do say yes to men like this, when they come across a woman that says no, it's two things that's going to happen. Either they will fall for that one and be like, whoa, this woman's not sweating me. She's not all enamored by who I am and maybe the money that I have. Maybe this might be the one. Or they become toxic, saying, hey, you're not going to say no to me. I'm going to get what I want. I always get what I want. And I believe men or women can become this way once they live a life of always getting their way. Now, getting to what Chris Brown supposedly said, allegedly. We men don't cheat. We simply explore girls so we can have a clear understanding. I have about 20 girlfriends. Chris Brown. Oh my gosh. Now, is he lying? Look, Nick Cannon has 9 or 10 baby moms. Okay? And all those women know about each other and they are all okay with this. And this is why men in this space, the man space, the red pill space, some people would consider me purple pill because I don't have that much aggression or hate toward women. I actually have a lot of women in my life that I love and respect as friends. But in a relationship, I don't know because of my experiences with women. So my thing is, they are great friends to hang around with, to kick it with, even to mess around with. But when you get in a relationship with the ones that I have picked, and hey, that could be me, because of the ones that I generally attract, they tend to either try to monkey branch to me or from me, or they take my niceness for weakness and the things that I do for them for granted. And they start acting up. And I don't see no reason to get serious with a woman if I always have to keep my guard up. If I have to always keep my guard up, then I have to play it a certain kind of way. Because usually I like to go all into a relationship. Feelings and all. And I'm one of the few men that I'm not going to be crying every day of the week, but every once in a while, every year or every 6 months or so, something may really make me sad. Somebody might pass away. I might be going through something. I might watch something that affects me And not a lot of women will care about that. They'll think it's cute if it's a friend or if it's a man that they really want. But unfortunately, I did not win the genetic lottery. I'm okay. I do okay in the dating market, but it's not like I get thousands of women beating the door down trying to be with me. And truthfully, I would not want it that way either way, because then I would not know what to pick. And I do think if I had that many choices, I would not be a good person. Okay, I think 3 to 4 women, that's my type, would be enough, and then maybe I could pick one between those women right there. Anyway, getting back. We men are polygamous in nature. Truthfully, that could be kind of true. Only because if you're a man with a woman, you will still find other women attractive. For one split second, you will think like, wow, she looks gorgeous. And maybe how it would be with her. Now, the good and decent men will just push that down. And it may be some men out there that doesn't get aroused at all. That doesn't get turned on at all. Now, it's rare, but there are men that I like. Okay, I always believe is exception to the rule, because I know I break certain exceptions to the rule. I'm a heterosexual man that can listen to music that could be tear jerkers, okay, depending on what kind of mood I am in. But yeah, I can also listen to the horror stuff. But I usually like to listen to something more in between. Most men, if they do, they won't admit that. But I don't have no problem admitting it, because, like, fuck it. You only live one life, okay? And I'd rather a person know. And actually, I have to do a video that I prefer a person to be honest about who they really are. Even if we're not a match, even if I'm not really going to like them. Because I try to do that, especially now, which I never really tried to be somebody that I wasn't. But I do have to be honest. Sometimes I would leave certain things out because I would not want the woman to get turned off or maybe outright reject me because of this particular thing. And I use, for example, maybe I don't have a car, or I may not have a car that I'm proud of at the time. I may not mention the fact that I don't have a car or the type of car unless if she happens to see it, but I might just leave that out. And truthfully, that's probably not good either, because then I can find out later that she is superficial and she also could be hiding things. Okay, we're going to try to read this right now. I already read, we men are polygamous in nature. There's nothing like faithfulness from a man, because every day we see beautiful girls that we want to explore. I'm never in a relationship and I'm never single. I'm in multiple relationships right now with about 20 girls. The thing is, all my girlfriends know that I've got others, but they're just there to give me the honey. Sometimes we even have threesomes. I don't love girls. I explore girls because these hoes ain't loyal. Being a man ain't easy. Chris Brown. Now, this is a thing that, okay, yes, I'm going to go full screen with this right here. And there we have it. Chris Brown. And he's not the only one. I'm pretty sure Jason Derulo, because he has that particular situation with that woman. And I did a video. A lot of you should see that video. And remember, even though I'm in that man space, that red pill space, I have a lot of women associates and friends, as well as guy friends. But I have to be honest, because as I will always say, I have been done dirty by both men and women in different ways. Women in the relationships, men with betrayal, meaning maybe they tried to move in on a woman that I was with and I thought they was my friend, or they see somebody that I like and they might even wasn't that interested in them, but because they know that I like them, then they're going to like leapfrog and try to talk to her. And that happened when I was younger. And of course, there are other things as well that I can say both genders are trash, really. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And that right there with the Chris Brown thing tells me, and I believe the same thing with women, you are only as faithful as your options. If your status raises, you get more money, you become better looking. And I'm pretty sure there are exceptions to the rule. But a lot of people, if they're down here with attention and then they start to get loads of attention from the opposite gender, they're going to start abusing that power. Men, they'll start abusing it by sleeping with a bunch of women, leading some women on. The only thing I can say with Chris Brown is at least he let all the women know that, hey, I'm just exploring out here. I'm talking to this woman and that woman. You can leave, but I'm just being honest with you. I believe those men can pull it off. A regular, normal guy saying that type of shit right there, a woman will look at him crazy. And not all women will go for that deal, but just because it was 20, and I believe a lot of rock stars, R&B singers, rappers, a lot of them move in that type of way. It's just that he was bold enough to say it. I know Nick Cannon has done it. I know that I don't want to throw him under the bus because I am pretty sure he's trying to be a good guy. Justin Bieber, but I'm pretty sure when he was with Selena Gomez, with the stuff that he was going through with Diddy, he probably was on to some stuff as well. So I guess what I'm saying is, with men that get too much attention from a lot of women, the chances of him even flirting or doing something small may exactly happen. But I believe it's the same thing with women, especially women that are attractive, that's getting lots of attention. They will be flirtatious. They will be talking to other men. And like that video that I did some months ago about that woman that was messing with that NBA player. Well, he wasn't in the NBA yet, probably the CBA or something, or maybe he was planning to play overseas. He wasn't in there, but he still had the physique, the height, the status that she still wanted to mess with him. I believe it was a white girl. I never really saw her picture, but going by how she sounded in a quick picture of her from the video, if you was to freeze frame it, you could see that she was definitely light complected. But she chose to mess with that guy, and she was with a guy that she was cheating on. So that's the thing that I think gets lost here when women get on their high horse and say all men do this. Most of the women do the same shit, and you never look at the fact that yes, the man is cheating, but the women or woman that he's messing with, unless if he did the thing of, because some guys do this, they don't tell the woman that he's in a relationship. But especially those celebrity guys, football players, you can look up his status online and see that if he's married or in a relationship. And that shows me that the right woman will still get in bed or be with him, maybe expecting more, maybe expecting it to escalate into something else, but she won't care that he's in a relationship with another woman. Same thing like dudes that will plow your woman if she's giving them attention or making them think that they have a chance. And that is with some of the women that I dated. I believe, especially now, sitting back from the situation, a lot of those dudes that was around them, especially if they are attractive, they was waiting for their chance. And she gave them little crumbs to kind of let them know that, hey, well, if he mess up or something, yeah, maybe something can happen with us. I like you being there. You're a good friend. You're my best friend. That type of stuff. So, not all men cheat. And even men that have a lot of options, not all of them will cheat. But if you go by maybe flirting or certain little things there, yes, guys will do that. But I do think if a man and woman is together, and if both of them are trying their best to fulfill each other's needs, it'll be less of a reason for them to go outside of the relationship. Not saying that's an excuse for somebody to cheat, but a lot of times when women cheat, which is always an excuse like, oh, he doesn't spend time, he's not there, he doesn't listen to me, even though I'm like, you just found this out in the relationship, and it started. And I know a lot of times people will do stuff early in the relationship, like the guy may always talk to you and may always be there, and then once he really has you, he might back off and not do that. Well, women do the same thing. I remember my ex-wife, she used to give me BJs early in the relationship. Once we got like 5-7 years in, the BJs kind of stopped. Now, to tell you the truth, I didn't always like the BJs because sometimes it would be teeth. So only a few times she did it really well. But now, fortunately, we still kept doing it. But however, thinking, especially if I was one of those men that like BJs, okay? Because I know some guys, they like BJs and the woman won't do it. So then they go somewhere else to do it. I would often say, because I know women won't get this, but I always will say for men, if she's complaining about spending time and you not being there and you two not doing stuff together, either you make time or you break up. Okay, because that's one of the things. If a woman's into you, she needs time. She needs you to be there. Now, if it's more of a transactional thing and she just thinks that you are like a walking wallet or something, then she won't care what you do or how much you work. Or unless, okay, it's also the other thing that if you two are both working, busting your ass, you're both busy. That's why it's important a lot of times for both of you to be on the same page. But if you're both on the same time, then if one is not as busy, they won't start feeling lonely. So a lot of times people will say, don't get with somebody that's similar like you. Now, that thing with time, you should get with somebody that's similar like you. Otherwise, there will be problems later. And then kind of like clockwork, there's always somebody else that's in their life that will do that. It will be that guy that spends time, and it will be that woman that will do BJs, whereas you won't do it. And also, if you're a guy that can't be with one woman, then don't never get married and don't never well, I don't know. I guess if you're rich like Nick Cannon or something like that, you can have plenty of kids. But otherwise, I would say just live the bachelor life and try to find women that's like that. Oh, and one other thing before I forget. That thing with those 20 girls that's messing with Chris Brown. Now, I don't know who those girls are, but after they eventually leave Chris Brown alone, I don't even care if they get in church, unless they go celibate for like 5 years or something. And by that time, they may not look good to me or to the person that would be picking them. I would leave those women alone, because that shows me that you will, instead, okay, if it's something that you really want, you will sacrifice everything for it. You will sacrifice your morals, you will sacrifice your relationship. So even if they're in a relationship, they will still mess with Chris Brown or a guy like that if he happens to call them up one day. So yeah, that's the 80, and I didn't really use that much, but that's the 80-20 rule in effect. So because of that, if the man is benefiting from the 80-20 rule, yes, he probably will cheat. And the women will be okay with the cheating, or the fact that they're cheating with a guy that's with somebody else, if they think they have a chance to get with the top 10% of men. That's it. Give me a like and subscribe, and have a good night. See you soon. Oh, and don't forget, I have other videos.
What is wrong with you going out there, find a regular 9-to-5 person? You can function underneath that, because I'm always hearing the women say, oh, we ain't got enough money. Work with what the man's got. You can make a man your alpha. Everybody wants to go and find these top earning money. Find a 9-to-5, work regular, save your money, learn to cook and not have takeouts, and then save your money as they did before.
Then you should direct this to the men that feel upset because they're not like
the man.
No, but she's completely right. I'll tell you this. There's not a girl on this panel or on the planet today who couldn't walk outside and find a man who's going to be nice to her, loyal to her, and make her his queen. Women don't want that. So they'll sit there and go, no, I want Chris Brown. And then they'll go try and get Chris Brown. Then Chris Brown will cheat. And they'll be like, I can't believe you cheated. I am devastated. Well, what the fuck do you think's going to happen?
Dirty work. Your ego has driven you out of truth. You only played yourself, got no game.